Okay, so in the previous class, we have discussed the types of overlapping. Only positive overlapping, due to positive overlapping, the bond is formed. Just remember that. Okay, not the negative and the not the zero overlapping. Uh, it results in the bond formation. Only due to the positive overlapping, the bond forms. Okay, then we just discuss about the bonds, types of bond, one lobe interaction, two lobe interaction, four lobe interaction, right? The type of bond, which is sigma bond, pi bond, and delta bond. This one is very, very important. Now, we have discussed the formation of pi bond, how the pi bond formed. And this one is also important. Sometimes the direct question comes in your exams, differentiate between the sigma bond and pi bond. Okay, after that, okay. Okay, now it is clear how to identify the number of sigma and pi bonds in different molecules. Okay, so let's discuss the formation of hydrogen H2 bond. How H2 bond is formed and how many number of sigma and pi bond is there in H2. Let's discuss. So see, in H2, suppose we have a hydrogen. We have hydrogen. What is the atomic number? Obviously, it's 1. And the atomic, its configuration is 1s1. Okay, means the valence electron is only 1. And there is another hydrogen, right? This is another hydrogen, and its electronic configuration is 1s1. Now, when the bond is formed between this hydrogen and hydrogen, so this valence, one electron and one electron, they participate in the bond formation. See how? So this is S orbital. And what is the shape of S orbital? So it's spherical shape. Okay. So, and the second hydrogen, again, it's a S orbital. So the overlapping, positive overlapping will be there, right? And this one electron, right? And the second electron of this hydrogen. Okay. And you know very well the spin will be opposite spin will be there, so that the bond formation takes place. So this is the overlapping here, right? And this results in the formation of which type of bond will form, sigma or pi?
Sigma.
Sigma bond, right? So it will form sigma bond. So that's how the H2 bond forms. Clear? So write down, H2 bond is formed. H2 is formed by two half-filled 1s orbit. 1s orbit. Similarly, can you draw the structure of, or can you show the formation of O2? Formation of O2. Okay, first you will write down the configuration. So oxygen has 1s2, 2s2, and 2p4. Okay, if you draw the orbital, suppose we have not drawn the orbital over here, so it has only one orbital, right? One orbital, and this is one electron of hydrogen. Okay, and this is 1s. This is 1s. And in 1s, how many electrons is there? How many unpaired electrons? Only one. One electron is there. Similarly, just draw the orbitals of oxygen. So this is your 1s, this is your 2s, and this is your 2p. You know very well, 2p has 3 orbitals. The P has 3 orbitals, right? And S has only one orbital. So how many electrons? 1 and 2. In this is your 1s, this is your 2s, and this is your 2p. In 2s, how many electrons? 1 electron and 2 electrons, right? In 2p, 2p4. So first we will singly fill the electron in all the orbital 1, 2, 3, then 1. 4. Now tell me how many unpaired electrons in the 2p subshell.
2.
Yes, 2 electrons. So this 2 electron will participate in the bond formation. Similarly, for this is first oxygen. Similarly, second oxygen will come. Okay, and what is the, this is suppose this is your 2s, this is your 1s. See, 1s की draw करने की कोई need ही नहीं है. Basically, we just draw the outermost orbit, outermost subshell, right? So basically, this is 1, 2, 1, 2, and this is your 2p. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now see this 2 electron from this oxygen and this 2 electron from this oxygen, they will participate in the bond formation. And see what will be the, this is 2p. And what is the shape of the 2p? What is the shape of the p orbital? What is the shape of the p orbital?
Dumbbell shape.
Is tumble shape, right? So see, one orbital, one orbital, right? So basically, how many 2p? 2p has 2 electrons. Okay, so 2 orbitals are there. So one orbital and the 2 orbital. This is 1 orbital. I'm just showing this oxygen, the second oxygen orbital with red color. Okay, basically we have to show the overlapping. So I will draw it here. This is overlapping over here. Okay, the second electron, so the second oxygen, the second electron orbital. So this is just like this. Now you can see there is overlapping over here, overlapping here, and you can show the electrons like this. 1 electron, 2 electrons. Okay, so that's why one bond consists of 2 electrons. When the one bond formation takes place, so it consists of 2 electrons. Now see, this is a sigma bond, right? Now see, in this bond, in this lobe and this lobe, this has also a interactions. इन दोनों के बीच में भी interactions होंगी, but not as strong as this interaction, as this overlap. Okay, so here the pi bond formation will be there. यहाँ पे क्या होगा? यहाँ पे pi bond का formation होगा. And this is your sigma bond. First, always remember, first sigma bond will be formed by this overlapping of these electrons. क्योंकि you can see over here these 2 electrons and these 2 electrons from other oxygen. So there are 4 electrons. Okay, so 4 electrons are participating. Okay, 1 electron from this and 1 electron from this, they just form the sigma bond, and 1 electron and 1 electron, they just form the pi bond. Okay, first sigma bond will be formed, and after the formation of sigma bond, the pi bond will be formed. Okay, so this is the structure of the O2, oxygen. Okay, so basically how many pi bonds are there? 1 pi bond and 1 sigma bond. That's why आप oxygen का कैसे show करते हो? Just like this. Double bond between the oxygen. O2, the structure of O2 is 2 double bond. So this is your sigma bond. First sigma bond will be formed, and this is your pi bond. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And according to octet rule, there will be a lone pairs, but मैंने यहाँ पे show नहीं किया है, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 electrons are there. So actually यहाँ पे lone pairs भी है to satisfy the octet. So that's how we just show the formation of O2. 1 sigma and 1 pi bond. Next, let's show the formation of N2. Formation of N2. Okay, same step, follow the same step. The nitrogen, right? So nitrogen atomic number is 7. So write on the configuration. 1s2, 2s2 and 2p3. Okay, and just draw the orbital. This is your 2s. Okay, I'm not showing the innermost orbital. Okay, my 1s का draw नहीं कर रही, I'm just drawing the 2s orbital. This 2s and this is your 2p. Similarly, for the next nitrogen, this is one nitrogen and this is another nitrogen. So this is your 2s and this is your 2p. 2s and 2p. Okay, now just fill the electrons. Fill the electrons in it. So 2s has 2 electrons, 1, 2. And now 2p has 3 electrons, 1, 2, 3. Similarly, this 2 electrons and 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's draw the diagram. Okay, now you can see in 2p, 3 electrons are unpaired. Okay, unpaired electrons are 3. So these 3 electrons from this nitrogen and these 3 electrons from this nitrogen, they participate in the bond formation. Okay, now let's draw the structure of nitrogen. Okay, so 3 2p orbitals of this nitrogen. So 1, okay, 2, second, and the third one in between these two. Right. Similarly, second का भी आप draw करो. Second, for the second nitrogen, you will show the overlapping here. One orbital, one p orbital, then your another p orbital. Suppose this is your px. Okay, जो x axis पे alignment है, this is your px. This blue one is your py, and this green one is your pz axis. Okay, pz orbital. Now the third one is your pz orbital between these two. Okay. Okay, let me show. Just a second. I have to show the thing. So मैं थोड़ा elongate बनाती हूँ. Yeah. Now see, try to understand this concept. Now this is this overlapping. This is a strong overlapping. More the extent, more the area of overlapping, the strong will be bond. Okay, the strong will be bond. And you know very well, sigma bond is more stronger than the pi bond. Pi bond बहुत ही firmly combine करता है, but this sigma bond is formed by the strong overlapping, okay, between the orbitals. So this is a sigma bond. And these are the two electrons, one electron and two. Okay. Now see, this is the interaction between the px and px orbital between the of the nitrogen. So this is your sigma. Which type of overlapping? So यहाँ पे कौन सी bond formation होगी? Sigma bond. Why? Because the extent of overlapping is more, right? The area of overlapping is more. So this is your sigma. Now see, first sigma bond will be formed, okay, by the overlapping, but there is an interaction between this. Okay, इन दोनों के बीच में भी interaction है. Suppose I just draw the alignment in different way. ऐसे बनाना चाहिए. Just a second. Yeah. This will be your pz axis of this nitrogen. Okay, so between this green color, this pz and this pz of this nitrogen, इन दोनों के बीच में भी there will be a attraction, okay, interaction. So this is your sigma bond. Okay, similarly between these px, this is your px, sorry, py, and this is your py. So between this py orbitals, again there will be interaction, and this interaction leads to the formation of your sigma bond. Okay, so that's why nitrogen has, when you draw the diagram, or when you draw the basically a structure of nitrogen N2, so you will show the triple bond. Nitrogen, nitrogen, between the nitrogen and nitrogen, there is a triple bond. Okay, triple bond हम क्यों show करते हैं? Due to this interaction. So there will be a one sigma bond and two pi bond in N2. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you can draw it. And okay, right on the next topic, hybridization. Okay, hybridization. So in biology also you have heard this word. What do you mean by hybridization? Anyone? Hybrid, hybridization. इस word का meaning क्या होता है? Anyone?
Mixing two species together.
Yeah, basically intermixing. Hybridization means mixing of. So in chemistry, in this chapter, what does hybridization mean? Hybridization means the mixing of atomic orbital of one atom. Okay, so one atom intermixed its atomic orbital, right? Uh, and that atomic orbital, that hybrid atomic orbital, that participate in the bond formation, right? So what is hybridization? Write down. So it's a mixing of atomic orbital of of one atom. So intermixing, proper definition is intermixing of atomic orbital of slightly different energy. Suppose we have one s orbital, okay, and one p orbital. Suppose we have any element. Suppose this has a one has a s orbital, okay, and one has p orbital. Suppose this is a p orbital. So these s and p orbitals, they intermix together, they mix together, and they just create a hybrid orbital. Okay, so basically we know that S has a different energy होती है, and P की different energy होती है. So they just, the different energies, atomic orbital, they intermix together to give to form a new set of orbitals. And the new set of orbital has equivalent energy, size, and shape. Okay, so just remember that when the new set of hybrid orbital will be formed, so it has a equivalent energy, shape, and orbital. And size you can see. So intermixing of atomic orbital of slightly different energies so as to redistribute their energies which results in the formation of new set of orbitals, set of orbitals, and that new set of orbitals has equivalent energy, shape, and that new orbitals which is formed are known as hybrid orbitals. That they are called hybrid orbitals. Now, what are the characteristics of hybrid orbitals? कैसे दिखते हैं, कैसे होते हैं? So let's understand. So characteristics, features, characteristics of hybrid orbitals. Okay, right on the first point. First characteristics is the number of hybrid orbital which is formed is always equals to the number of atomic orbital which is taking part in the hybridization. Suppose in the hybridization, two atomic orbitals are taking part. Okay, suppose s orbital and p orbitals. So the number of hybrid orbital which is formed is equals to the participated atomic orbital. Okay, so always remember, so hybrid orbital which is formed is always equals to the number of atomic orbital taking part in hybridization. Second point, they yeah. So as I told you, the hybrid orbital which is formed will be equivalent in energy. Energy will be same, right? Shape will be same, and size will be same. Size, energy, and shape of hybrid orbital is same as that of the atomic orbital which is taking part in the hybridization. Third point, see, so the hybrid orbital, so as we have discussed in the previous class, so atomic orbitals, sometimes atomic orbitals में क्या होता है, they just feel some repulsion. Okay, so between the orbital, they just feel some repulsion, and due to the repulsion, the formation of bond will not take place. But so what is the importance of the hybridization? So hybrid orbitals, when they are formed, so they are arranged in such a way that the repulsion between the orbitals is minimum. वहां पे ऐसे इस तरह से अरेंज किया जाता, ओरिएंटेशन ऐसी होती है हाइब्रिड ऑर्बिटल्स की, so that they feel minimum repulsion. Okay, and the distance between the orbital is maximum. The distance between the orbital is maximum, and they feel minimum repulsion. Okay, so and how they feel minimum repulsion? Suppose, and so in the hybrid orbital, because we know that the normal atomic orbital में क्या होता है, the lobes, the shape of the or the size of the lobes were same. Okay, the size, suppose this lobe is similar to that of the upper lobe. Okay, but in the hybrid orbital, what happens when the hybrid orbital form? So it has one enlarged lobe, one enlarged and one small. This type of lobe exists. Okay, this is your hybrid orbital, and this is the atomic orbital, normal atomic orbital. Okay, so they are arranged in such a way so that they feel the between the atomic orbital there will be a minimum repulsion, and easily वहां पे bond formation हो जाता है, right? So that's the importance of hybridization also. So hybrid orbital, and one more point, hybrid orbital are more effective more effective in in bond formation as compared to the pure atomic orbital than pure atomic orbital. Fourth point, so hybrid orbital are arranged in such a way in such a way that the repulsion repulsion between them is minimum.
Ma'am, can you explain the third point again?
Yeah. So I just said that hybrid orbital are more effective in bond formation than the pure atomic orbital. See, in the pure atomic orbital, what happens? Sometimes they feel repulsion. The repulsion is maximum, and due to the repulsion, the bond formation doesn't take place. So that's why hybridization होता है, वहां पे intermixing होती है atomic orbitals की, and the hybrid orbitals are formed. And that's why hybrid orbitals are, suppose this has a one large in lobe, one enlarged in lobe than the other. The second, suppose we have a p orbital AX, right? This is your px orbital, and the px orbital one enlarged lobe hota hai, and the second lobe is small. So due to that, what happens? The repulsion between the uh, suppose the repulsion between the two orbitals become minimized. यहाँ पे repulsion minimize हो जाती है due to the distance. वहाँ पे क्या होता है? Due to one enlarged lobe, what happens? The distance between the atomic orbital, it becomes more. Maximum distance हो जाती है. So if the distance between the atomic orbital becomes maximum, so obviously what will happen? The repulsion will be minimum. वहां पे repulsion minimum होगा, and due to the minimum repulsion, the bond formation takes place more effectively than the pure atomic orbital. That's the importance of hybridization. That's why atomic orbitals, they intermixed their two orbitals and they create hybrid orbitals. And that hybrid orbitals, it participate in the bond formation, and वहां पे easily bond formation हो जाता है. Why? Due to the minimum repulsion, right, and maximum distance between the orbitals. Clear, Aisha?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
So hybrid orbital are arranged in such a way that the repulsion between them is minimum and distance is maximum. So that's why hybrid orbital has one enlarged lobe. Yeah, one more important thing. So only sigma bond is formed. Only sigma bond is formed. Just remember this point. This is very important. Only sigma bond is formed in hybrid orbital. Hybrid orbital. So these are the characteristics of hybrid orbital. Now the question is, what are the conditions of hybridization? What are the conditions In which conditions the hybridization takes place? So write down the heading, conditions of hybridization.
Mom, can you scroll up the hybridization so I can take screenshot? The heading above this. Thank you. Done, Mom. Thank you.
Okay, so the conditions of hybridization. In which conditions the hybridization takes place? Yeah, so first condition is only valence shell orbital of central atom. Okay, we will talk about the central atom only in hybridization, not the surrounding atoms. Okay, so only valence shell orbital of central atom take part in hybridization. Okay, first condition. That's why we just only talk about the hybridization of the central atom, not all the atoms. For example, in this case, CH2, CH2, right? So we just talk about the hybridization of carbon. Okay, because carbon is the central atom, not the hydrogen. हम hydrogen के hybridization state निकालने को नहीं बोलते exam, right? We just only told you to determine the hybridization state of the central atom, which is carbon over here, and this carbon. Okay, so let's see what are the conditions. Okay, so first condition is only valence shell orbital of central atom take part in hybridization. Second condition. Yeah. The atomic orbital, suppose we have an atomic orbital S and P, right? So the difference in energy of atomic orbital should be very small. ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. Suppose we have a S orbital and we have a D orbital. So they don't intermix with each other to create a hybrid orbital, right? So S will intermix with P because the difference of energy between the S and P orbital is small. When you compare the difference in energy of S and D and S and F, so they don't intermix with each other to create a hybrid orbital. Okay, so the difference in energy of the atomic orbital should be small. That's the second condition. Difference, energy difference, atomic orbital should be small. Third point, third condition. Yeah, this is again a very important condition. So the promotion of electron is not a necessary condition. Now, what does this point mean? What is a promotion of electron? And so the promotion of electron is not a necessary condition. Is not a necessary condition. So promotion of electron is not essential prior to hybridization. What does this mean? So this means that for hybridization to take place, it is not necessary that the electron should be excited. Promotion means यहाँ पे जरूरी नहीं है कि electron excited होने चाहिए, right? So हो भी सकता है, but it is not a necessary conditions. It is not a necessary conditions that electrons should be excited and promoted to higher energy level. Okay, suppose energy यहाँ पे electron is in a ground state. Okay, when it excites, so suppose it this is your 2s, right, and this is your 2p, right. So this is in ground state, ground state. But what happens when the electron excite? जब electrons excite करते हैं, so they just suppose this is your this is yeah. So what happens? This electron jump into the higher energy level. Okay. हाई एनर्जी लेवल एंड ये इलेक्ट्रॉन यहाँ शिफ्ट हो जाएगा, 2p में शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. सो दैट्स द एक्साइटमेंट, एक्साइटेड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. और इसे दैट्स इसका ये मतलब होता है, व्हाट इज द एक्साइटेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. सो व्हेन इट इन सपोज इट इज इन ग्राउंड स्टेट, तो ग्राउंड स्टेट में वो स्टेबल नहीं है, राइट. सो इलेक्ट्रॉन हैज मोर एनर्जी. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, सो इलेक्ट्रॉन it when it excited and it excite to the higher energy level which is 2p. ये 2p में शिफ्ट हो जाता है this electron. Okay, that is in the excited condition, excited state. But for the hybridization, excitement of electron is not a necessary condition. Okay, without the excitement of the electron, the hybridization also takes place. Without the promotion of electron, तभी भी hybridization हो जाता है. It is not a necessary condition, right? But वहाँ पे suppose if any in any compound, if the excitement occurs, if the excited of electron occurs, and electron jumps and promoted to a higher energy level, so in that conditions also hybridization takes place. But it is not a necessary condition. अगर किसी molecule में excitement नहीं हो रहा है, so तभी भी वहाँ पे hybrid orbitals form करते हैं. Okay, just keep in mind. So promotion of electron is not a necessary condition. So is this point clear to all of you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so just remember that. Yeah, it is not a necessary conditions. Okay, last point, last condition is half-filled half-filled orbital is not a necessary condition. Sometimes fully filled orbitals may be hybridization takes place. Okay, but it is in the process in the half fully filled electronic configuration. What happens? The electron excited, okay, and it jumps in the higher energy level, and at that conditions the hybridization takes place. Okay, so जरूरी नहीं है कि half filled orbital होना चाहिए. So half filled orbital a is not a necessary condition. Is not a necessary condition. Okay, so these are the conditions. These are the four conditions of hybridization. First is only valence shell orbital of central atom takes place in the hybridization. Second is the difference between the atomic orbital, the difference in energy level. Okay, the difference in energy of atomic orbital should be small. Third one is promotion or excitement of electron is not a necessary condition. And the fourth one and the last one is half-filled orbital is not a necessary condition. Clear?
yeah, ma'am.
Okay, right on the next topic. Steric number. Steric number of central atom. Okay, so in this we will discuss what is a steric number and how we can determine the steric number of the central atom. Okay, so what is a steric number? So a steric number is basically it's the total number of atoms which is directly bonded to the central atom plus, see, the total number of atom which is directly bonded to the central atom plus the number of lone pairs of electron on that atom. Okay, so that's the steric number. Steric number basically, and we just to calculate the steric number of central atom. Okay, so what is the formula of a steric number? Write down. A steric number is equals to the number of sigma bond plus the number of lone pair. Number of lone pair. Okay, also this is first formula. Number of sigma bond plus number of lone pair. So when you add these two, you will get the steric number, right? And a steric number is equals to 1 upon 2 multiplied by V minus M, sorry, V plus M minus C plus A. Write on this formula. V plus M minus C plus A. Now what is V over here? So V is valence electron of central atom. Okay, and if you don't remember the valence electron of that central atom, so just remember it is the valence electron is basically a unit digit of its group number. Okay, आपको group number याद होना चाहिए. That element is present in which group. So we basically it represents the valence electron of the central atom. And what is M? So M is your number of monovalent 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 surrounding atom. What is SA? SA is a surrounding atom other than the central atom. Okay, so just remember it should be a monovalent. Valency उसकी 1 होनी चाहिए. Okay, if it is a divalent, suppose oxygen is the surrounding atom. So in that condition, you will not take in that condition the monovalent surrounding atom will be 0. आप यहाँ पे 0 put करोगे और आप इसे लोगे ही नहीं. Right? So you will not write down the 2 over here. So you will not count the oxygen because you have to only count a monovalent surrounding atom. What is M over here? So M is monovalent surrounding atom. And what is the examples of monovalent? So suppose hydrogen. Hydrogen is monovalent. All the halogen group is monovalent. Right? Chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine. Right? So basically your group number 1 elements and your basically surrounding atoms, we just take it as hydrogen, chlorine, and any other halogen atoms, right? Surrounding atoms ये होते हैं. And monovalent की बात हो रही है तो monovalent is hydrogen, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, right? Now what is C? So C is charge on cation. Charge on cation. Okay. And now what is A? So the charge on anion. Charge on anion. Okay, so we know that anion is negative and cation is positive. And ion, negative ion, right? So this is the example of the steric number, right? Steric number is 1 upon 2 V plus M minus C plus A. Okay, you should remember this. This is very, very important. Now let's do some questions. Okay, write down first example. Example number 1. Okay, I will explain you some examples and कुछ questions मैं दूंगी जो आपको करना होगा. First example, H2O, water. Now tell me what is the central atom? In water, which one is the central atom? Hydrogen or oxygen?
Oxygen.
Yes, very good. So oxygen is the central atom. Okay, so what is the formula? Steric number is equals to 1 upon 2 V plus M minus C plus A. Okay, so that's the formula. Now tell me, the central atom is oxygen. Okay, and the surrounding atom is hydrogen, right? Okay, tell me what is V over here? It is M, the number of M, and C and A. Okay, what is V? Because we know that central atom is oxygen, right? So what is the valence electron of central atom? What is the valence electron in oxygen? Valence electron in oxygen?
6.
Yes, 6. And what is M? So M is the number of monovalent surrounding atom. So oxygen say how many monovalent surrounding atom is attached. Obviously, monovalent क्या है? Hydrogen. So how many hydrogens are attached to the central atom? 2, right? Now tell me, this is H2 is a neutral, right? So there is no charge on cation or anion. So it will be 0, 0. Okay, आप ये formula में put नहीं भी करोगे C plus A, so it will be same. So you will write 1 upon 2 V plus M, right? So now substitute this in formula. So
Ma'am, can you explain what monovalent surrounding atom means?
monovalent. What is monovalent? Monovalent is the atom which has a one valency. Valency is one. Mono means one and valent means valency. जिसकी valency one होनी चाहिए. And you know very well. And surrounding atom. Suppose we have a two types of element होते हैं हमारे पास. When the atoms form bond, make bond. So we have a central atom, right? So we have a central atom and we have a surrounding atom. As we have discussed in this, when we draw the Lewis dot structure, so we have discussed, right? See
Yeah,
here.
ma'am. So if like there is no monovalent surrounding atom, then we just write 0.
Yeah, we will discuss that. Suppose अगर oxygen है basically just take the examples of carbon dioxide. Okay, ये तो हम H2 की बात कर रहे थे. First, let's conclude this. इसे solve करो, then we will discuss that. CO2 पे भी हम देखेंगे. Okay, so first tell me what will be the static number of this? Substitute the value. V is 6 plus
Before.
M is, yeah, M is 2. And these are 0, 0, so no need to substitute that. So 1 upon 2 multiplied by 6 plus 2 is 8. So 8 upon 2, it will give you 4. What is the steric number of H2O? A steric number of water, oxygen in the water, so it's 4. Is it clear? Second, let's discuss it. Carbon dioxide. Okay. So again, the central atom will be, which one is the central atom, Aisha? Carbon or oxygen?
Carbon.
Obviously carbon, right? I just told you the most electropositive element, we just take it as a central element. Okay, central atom. So between the carbon and oxygen, which is more electropositive? Carbon, right? And oxygen is electronegative. So the carbon is, so steric number is equals to 1 upon 2. So valence electron in carbon. So how many valence electron? 4, right? Plus, what is M? M is the number of monovalent. Now just tell me, carbon, say, what is the surrounding atom in this CO2? Oxygen, right? Two oxygen are attached to the carbon, to the central atom, right? And now tell me, oxygen monovalent hai or divalent? Is it monovalent or divalent? We have discussed it all. What are monovalent? What is divalent? हमने सब कुछ discuss कर रखा है. It's divalent, right? The valency of oxygen is -2, right? So it's divalent. So we just take it 0. हम कुछ भी नहीं लिखेंगे because there is no monovalent atom attached to the central atom. Okay?
Okay,
So we
ma'am,
just,
got it.
yeah, when the monovalent atom is not present, so we just take it as a 0. Is it clear?
Yeah,
Okay,
ma'am, thank you.
so the we have written, right? Now just see, check it. V plus M minus C plus E. That's the formula. So M भी नहीं है इसमें, no monovalent atom, right? C is also not there because this is your neutral type of molecule. No charge is there, right? So we just take only 4. 1 upon 2 multiplied by 4. बाकी सारे क्या है? 0. So you will get 1 upon 2 multiplied by 4. So it will give you 2. So the steric number is 2. Is it clear, everyone?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's give you some questions. NH3. First step will be identify the central atom. After that, आपको V देखना है, V, M, C, and A. Then substitute the value in the formula and you will get the answer. It's very easy. Now CH4, methane. Fourth one, it's BCl3. Fourth, fifth, sixth one, NO3 minus. SF6. Next is H2SO4. And yeah, when there is a 3 atom, suppose hydrogen भी है, sulfur भी है, and oxygen भी है, right? So You have to carefully decide the central atom. It's very easy. So between the hydrogen and oxygen, right? So this is more electronegative, right? And hydrogen, it just acts as a surrounding atom. So obviously the sulfur is the central atom. Similarly, find the steric number of PF5, then XeF4, then find SF4, XeO2F2. Okay,
Ma'am,
just find the steric number. Yes,
please scroll up a bit. I didn't read the fourth one yet. Okay.
which one?
The fourth one.
Okay, fourth one. Yeah, write down. Okay, I'm writing the 11th and 12th here, right? SF4, and this is the 12th one, XeO2F2. I just solved it. Done? Yes, tell me the first one. N is 3. What is the steric number?
4.
Yeah. Second one, CH4. Yeah, it's correct. 4. What is the steric number, right?
4.
CH4 का क्या होगा? Yes, Humaira. What is the steric number of CH4? Humaira, tell me.
Ma'am, 4.
Yeah, again 4. Very good. Okay, in BCl3, what is the steric number? Zainab?
3.
Yeah, very good. It's 3. Yeah, in NO3 minus, what is the steric number, Neha?
3.
Yeah, again 3. Right? So 1 upon 2 and 5 is the valence electron in nitrogen and minus 1 is the charge. Right? So 5 plus 1 multiplied by 1 upon 2. So it will give you 3. Okay, so Aisha is there. Aisha has left the class. Okay, no issue. Tell me again. Humaira, SF6. What is the steric number?
6.
Yeah, very good. And H2 is a 4, Zainab.
5.
It's not 5. See, H2 is a 4. So sulfur is the central atom, right? So 1 upon 2. So central atom, what is the valence electron of sulfur?
6.
How many valence electron? Yes. Plus, tell me how many monovalent atom is there, surrounding atom. So oxygen is not a monovalent, it's a divalent. So we will not consider this. So we will consider only 2 hydrogens. So you will add 2, right? So you will add 2. So 1 upon 2 multiplied by 8. So you will, okay. So you will get 2. Yes, Aisha, tell me the last one, 9th and 10th. PF5 and XeF4. What is the steric number?
I'm still solving. 1 minute.
Okay, okay, do that. So we have discussed this 1 to 8. Just check it, your answer is correct or not.
Sorry, ma'am, I was in the washroom and my brother had left the mic open.
Okay, okay, no problem. We do the rest of the question. PF5, XeF4, SF4, and XeO2F4, F2.
Ma'am, for the PF5, it's 5.
Oh yeah, it's correct. It's 5.
And
5
then
plus
the next one, 6.
Yeah, it's correct. And in SF4, Neha, tell me, in SF4, what is the steric number?
5.
Yeah, it's 5. For sulfur, 6 valence electron and 4 are monovalent. Fluorine is monovalent atom, so 4. Okay, next one. Humera, tell me, the 12th one, what is the steric number?
5.
Yeah, again 5. Very good. Okay, check your answer, all of you. So xenon has 8 electrons in the valence shell, right? And the oxygen is divalent, so we will not consider that. We will consider only 2 fluorine. So 1 upon 2, 8 plus 2, right? So it will give you half plus half multiplied by 10, so 5. And everyone,
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
okay. Now see if the steric number, is 2, I'm writing the steric number here and hybridization here. Hybridization. Now, if the steric number is 2, it means that if the steric number is 2, it means that 1s and 1p, right? 1s pure atomic orbital and 1p atomic orbital, they combine to create a hybrid orbital, right? And the hybrid orbital is equals to s plus p, right? So we have discussed that in characteristics of hybridization. So when the number of atomic orbital which is taking part in the hybridization is equals to the number of hybrid orbital. So 1s and 1p, they combine together to, they are participating in the hybridization, right? So there will be two S and P, right? 2sp. And you will write down the hybrid orbital as sp hybrid orbital. If the steric number is 2, then S plus P, there is a S orbital and one P orbital. And what is a hybrid orbital? So these are atomic orbital, pure atomic orbital. They are participating, right, in the hybridization. So they just create, when they participate in the hybridization, when they intermix with each other, so they create 2sp hybrid orbital. Okay, if the steric number is 2. Now, if the steric number is 3, okay, so 3 है तो it means s तो हो गई, s orbital is fixed, p is again fixed, 1s and 2p orbitals. Okay, we know that because s maximum p orbitals कितने होते हैं, 3p orbitals, and s is only 1. Okay, so when the steric number is 3, so 1s and 2p, they combine together to create how many? 3 3sp. And how will you write the s hybridization of this, hybrid orbitals of this? So s and p2. So you will write just like this, sp2 hybrid orbital. Okay, it means that, and you will say, if I say what is, if the steric number is 3, so what is the hybridization? So hybridization is sp2 hybridization. And how many hybrid orbitals are there? So 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
If the steric number is 4, so again, two p orbitals are there. Now, one maximum, how many p orbitals are there? Maximum 3 p orbitals. So 1s plus 3p. 3p. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 orbitals are there. So that's why steric number is 4. So when they participate in the hybridization, so they will form 4. And how many, what is the hybridization state? So you will write S P, and on the superscript you will write 3. So it means sp3. Hybridization is sp3, and hybrid orbitals are 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. Similarly, if the steric number is 5, so you will write S plus P plus P plus P. Now, P के तो maximum 3 orbitals होते हैं. Now, which orbitals will participate? 5 और 5 steric number है तो S P P P plus D. After P, D will come and they participate. Okay, so how many hybrid orbitals will be there? 5. And what is the hybridization? sp3d hybrid. Okay, so this is your hybridization, sp hybridization, sp2, sp3, sp3d. And the last one, if the steric number is 6, so it will be s plus p plus p plus p plus d plus d. Okay, so how you will write? You will write 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals. Okay, and what is the hybridization? sp3d2 hybridization. Okay, and according to this hybridization and steric number, we decide the geometry of the molecule. Okay, and there is a special theory which is known as valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, which is also known as Vaspert theory. Okay, so basically Vaspert theory क्यों है? Vaspert theory is basically predicts the shape of a molecule, and that depends upon the number of valence shell electron pairs. Okay, so after that we will discuss the Vaspert theory. Please write it down. Okay, आपको ये याद होना चाहिए. This is very important. Well, this is very important. Yeah, one more thing. आप लोगों ने ये question ही पूछा. Why steric number 1 doesn't exist? हम steric number 1 की क्यों बात नहीं करते? So molecule can have a steric number 1 also, right? But what happens? What happens? The steric number 1, for example, just like a molecule HCl. Okay, in HCl, so steric number 1 means a central atom has only one atom, okay, which is directly bonded to it, and there is no pair of electron. Steric number 1 का क्या मतलब होता है? Steric number 1 means there is a no lone pair and the central atom has only one atom which is directly bonded to it. Okay, and at that condition, we can't basically describe the hybridization. Okay, steric number 1 means वहाँ पे hybridization exist नहीं करती. They don't combine with the other, and they don't basically they don't intermix with other orbitals to create a hybrid orbit. So that's why steric number 1 exists तो करता है, but we will not talk about the hybridization state or hybrid orbitals. They don't create the hybrid orbitals. So that's why we will not discuss that. Written?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, write on the next heading, Vaspert theory. Okay. So what is Vaspert theory? So Vaspert theory is, full form is valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Yeah, and this theory is very important, and it is totally the basis of this theory and the principle of this theory is based on the electron pair repulsion. Okay, repulsive interaction. Basically, in this theory, we will talk about the repulsive interaction, which is created by the electron pair or lone pair, you can say. Okay, and lone pair, which type of lone pair? Valence shell electron pair, valence shell lone pair. Okay, so due to the valence shell lone pair or electron pair, the repulsive interaction is seen. Repulsive interactions होते हैं, and due to that repulsive interaction, we determine the molecular structure. Okay, the shape of a molecule, which type of a structure, वो molecule का structure कैसा होगा, shape कैसा होगा. So it depends on the number of valence shell electron pairs. Okay, and electrons pair whether it is bonded or non-bonded around the central atom. So that's all about the Vesper theory. Vesper theory is very, very important. Okay, and basically Vesper theory, it's a model which is used to predict the three-dimensional shape of molecule. Okay, and it is based on the idea, I just told you, it is based on the idea that electron pairs around a central atom will arrange themselves to minimize the repulsion. Okay, we will discuss in detail, so we will I will let you know that the shape of the molecule depends on the electron, depends on the lone pair. Lone pair repulsion की वजह से shape of the molecule जैसा expected होता है वो नहीं होता. Okay, so it changes. It change, the bond angle change, and the shape of the molecule change due to the lone pair. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss in this valence shell. Okay, okay, write down. Okay, so what is valence shell electron Vesper theory basically? So it is used for the prediction of shapes of molecules, shapes of molecules. Okay, shapes of molecules को हम predict कर सकते हैं due to this theory. Okay, and just write down the shape of the molecule depends upon the number of valence shell electron pairs, bonded or non-bonded. Okay, around the central atom. We will talk about the central atom. Okay, so basically this is your assumptions of just a second. Don't write down the second point. We will write down these points in the postulates. Okay, sometimes in the exams, the direct question can come, write down the postulates of Vesper theory. Okay, so we will discuss that. Now, first write down one thing. So basically, valence Vesper theory is given by Sidgwick, the two scientists named Sidgwick and Powell, in which year? In 1940. Right. So these two scientists, Sidgwick and Powell, in 1940, they suggested a basic theory. Okay, they just give a theory which is based on the repellent interactions of electron pairs in valence shell. Okay, and basically, what is repellent? What is repulsive interaction? So repulsive interaction, you know very well, interaction, that type of interaction which occurs when the objects or when the charges, or you can say when the electrons have the same charge, when the two atoms has the same charge. So which type of interaction? That type of interaction which occurs when the atom have same charges. अगर same charges are तो obviously between the same charges like poles, they repulsive. The repulsive force comes into the uh, play, right? So this is a type of force. Repulsive interaction is a type of force that pushes each away. Okay, pushes away from each other. एक दूसरे से बिल्कुल अलग हो जाते हैं due to the repulsive force. Okay, so that's the repellent interaction, or you can say repulsive interaction. Okay, they just repel each other. Why? Due to the same charges. Same charges. And this theory is based on that only. The basis of this theory, the principle behind this theory is the repulsion. Repulsion between the electron pairs. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, you can write down the repulsive interactions of electron pairs in the valence shell of the atoms are the basis of this theory. Are the basis of for this theory. Okay, so basically, this is the basic introduction of this theory, and we will discuss the main postulate of this theory in the next class. Okay, is it clear?